Somehow my hair always finds a way to get crazy and stick up. Hey friends, it's Joey and welcome back to my channel, Gender Not Found. Actually, welcome to my channel because this is my first actual video here. I know I posted a couple of shorts of my rats just generally being cute and stuff, but this is my first actual video. And today we're doing Fiction Friday, so I'm looking forward to this and I hope you guys are too. I'm yawning. So I'm gonna do Fiction Friday, and I'll give an actual introduction like when I have my own place and my rats and stuff because I don't have my rats home. And but when I get my own place, I'm gonna do a proper introduction video with me and my rats and a bunch of other stuff. But until then, I'm just going to be uploading a few little bits and things, and this is one of them. And the next video I'm going to do is going to be the top 10 movies that I saw in 2021, because I saw a whole bunch of movies in 2021, and I really want to go over the best of them. I won't stop yawning. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna read Fiction Friday of a Guardian Angel. I think we left off on chapter 5 because I saw I uploaded chapter 3 and 4, but I don't think I uploaded anything past that, so I'm gonna be doing that. And yeah, and I don't have like a proper intro or anything. I mean, I have an intro in terms of talking, but the intro with the music and stuff, and I'm gonna try and get one. But until then, um, I'm just not gonna have an intro, and I don't know, it could be a while. I mean, it depends on if I get an apartment that I can move into right away this month. Otherwise, I'm going to spend part of that money on an intro for my YouTube channel because I really want to make that happen. So, yeah, I'm going to pause the video for a second because I'm going to be right back. I also just want to say that I'm probably not going to be editing videos, like, down to the core or whatever. Like, I'll edit them a little bit, but I'm not going to be completely editing them. I'll try and do a decent editing job, but I'm probably not going to be editing the entire thing as far as that goes. Like, I'm probably not going to be editing them as much as I did in the past or as much as you would expect. Like, I'm not going to be. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, anyway. Okay, whatever. Let's read a Guardian Angel. Chapter 5 Safety. Marshall watched as the blonde slept soundly in his bed, snuggled beneath the covers. The side light was on, and he lay on top of the sheets just watching her. From where he was, Marshall could see the small bruise on her neck from her foster father, and the sight sickened him to no end. He wouldn't let her go back there, never, not a chance. Slowly he eased himself off the bed, making as little noise as possible, and grabbing his hoodie as he walked from his house. In the night, Marshall felt quite normal. Now there was no sunblock, no gloves, no long sleeves. It was just him in the dark, and this was Marshall's domain. He headed towards Fiona's house and paused when flashing blue and white lights caught his attention. Curious, he walked over and spotted her foster parents. Her foster mother was in tears, while her foster father simply looked angry. Pressing up against some of the nearby trees, Marshall made his way over to listen into the conversation. She's never done something like this before. Something had to have happened to her. Fiona never runs off. I'm sorry, ma'am, but teenagers, especially those in foster homes, usually come back in the next day or so. Right now, there's nothing we can do. Let us know when she comes back. Does she have any friends? It's a Friday night. She doesn't. She's very shy. That's why I think something happened to her, the brunette said, her tone forceful. Okay, we'll keep looking. As for right now, just stay here and wait for her to come back, okay? Having heard enough, Marshall rounded the back of the house, and finding Fiona's window, he lifted the screen and pulled himself in silently, stepping down on the floor. Walking over, he pulled the door to her bedroom closed and quickly gathered the girl's items and packed them into a green backpack. She really didn't have much, so that made his job much easier. Just as he was about to leave, the purring meow of a cat was heard, and Marshall remembered Fiona talking about her orange and white cat named Cake. This must be her. Hey, Cake! he said, softly crouching down and wiggling his fingers, hoping the cat would come to him. Here, kitty, kitty, come on. The cat was being stubborn and hissed at him, making Marshall scowl. Come on, cat, do you want to go be with Fiona or not? At the sound of her master's name, the cat let a meow out and approached the dark-haired teen. Bending down, Marshall scooped the cat up and climbed out of the window, shutting it behind him. Checking that the coast was clear, Marshall headed back into the shadows, going home. Fiona woke to the feel of soft fur against her face and a loud purring, and when she opened her eyes, she was met with familiar yellow eyes. Cake, she said, sleepily blinking her eyes slowly. Meow. Cake! Immediately the girl scooped up the cat and held her tightly, petting her fur and nuzzling her. Then the realization came to her. She had left Cake back there. Looking around, Fiona didn't recognize the room at all. The walls were a rich red color, and the rug was a tattered black, covering some of the hardwood floor. There were clothes littered on the floor, familiar clothes. Reaching over, Fiona picked up one of the red and black plaid shirts and recognized it immediately. It was Marshall's. Climbing from the bed, Fiona looked around, taking in the sights of the room. There were many band posters on the walls. 4 of them with 2 different names had Marshall himself in them, which shocked the blonde. She never knew he was in a band, let alone 2 of them. She knew he played bass and guitar, but she never knew he'd gone farther than that. Glancing around, Fiona could see notebooks lying all around, guitar strings, picks, and even an old-looking guitar in the corner of the room. Just as she was about to touch it, the door opened, making her jump. Oh, you're up. I was just going to wake you. I grabbed breakfast, and I got your stuff and cake last night for you. Are you okay? Fiona thought back to last night and honestly didn't know if she was okay. Physically, she was fine, but to think someone whose job it was to take care of kids like her had done something so completely inappropriate. What if she hadn't been the only one? Surely, if she hadn't, none of them had spoken up about it, especially since they still allowed his family to take in children. Or was she the only one? Fiona? The sound of Marshall's voice brought the blonde back to reality, and she blinked owlishly at him. I asked if you were okay. I don't know. Physically, I'm fine, I guess, but I don't know if I'm really okay. I just don't know, she said, watching as his approaching form grew blurry. Fiona, please don't cry. I can't handle the whole crying girl thing well. I really can't, he said, trying to make the blonde stop her tears. However, he didn't know how he'd handled it at all yesterday. Can I have a hug? She asked with a whimper as Marshall stared at her in pity. Yeah, Fee, come here, the black-haired teen said, opening his arms to the blonde, who walked over and cried silent tears as he simply stood and held her tightly. Brushing her hair from her eyes, Marshall sighed, resting his head on hers, and giving the blonde a quick kiss on the top of her head, he spoke softly. What can I do to make you happy again? This, she replied back just as quickly as she continued to hold on to him tightly. She'd been in her bubble for a few minutes before she felt a throbbing pain in her knee. My knee hurts. Marshall stepped back, gently pushing her back down onto the bed. Sit, I'll grab something, he said softly, before walking from the room and returning a few moments later with a washcloth and a first aid kit. I'm accident prone, he said with a shrug, making Fiona laugh through her tears as he knelt in front of her to tend to the blonde's face. Her thigh-high sock was torn and stained with blood, and with a blush, Marshall realized that it needed to be removed before he could properly clean her knee. Fiona, I have to take this off, Marshall said quietly. Why am I blushing? This is in no way perverted or the other thing. Wait, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. I'm just taking her sock off. Okay, Fiona said softly. She trusted Marshall. She knew he wouldn't do anything to her. Reaching up, his fingers caught the edge of her sock as he slowly eased it down her leg, taking care to slowly peel the stained material from her knee, making Fiona wince. Did that hurt? I'm okay, Marshall nodded, wiping away the large scrape with the warm, wet washcloth. This point might sting a bit, he said, taking a familiar brown bottle from the first aid kit and opening it to pour some liquid on her knee. They both watched as it foamed up, cleaning the scrape, and eventually Marshall wiped it away before putting some antibacterial ointment on it and wrapping it in gauze and keeping it in place with the mesh holder he'd swiped from his last visit to the hospital. There you go, all better, he said with a grin. Thanks, Marshall. Fiona said, pulling her other sock off as Marshall walked over to his dresser, digging through the top drawer. Finally, he returned with a clean pair of socks, handing them to the blonde who smiled at him. Accepting them and putting them on, the socks only went to her ankles, but they were better than nothing. Finally, he sat on the edge of the bed, not really knowing what to do. Leaning over Fiona once again, hugged the dark-haired teen, smiling when he hugged her back. Fiona felt safe in Marshall's arms. She'd felt safety in many forms in her life, but none of them were this satisfying. Okay, so that was chapter 5 of A Guardian Angel, and I think we might stop there because, as you can tell, my voice isn't great. It's very raspy, and I think I need to get back into making videos again so my voice will stop being so raspy because it's pretty bad. Also, my throat is dry because I had diarrhea yesterday, so I'm trying to keep it up. So I've been trying to drink a lot of water to keep it up and, to not make it so dry. So maybe I'll try again tomorrow and read another chapter for you guys because honestly, my mom is going to a dentist appointment, so she's not going to be here, so I'm going to have freedom for a couple of hours. Like, I can watch TV or do whatever I want. So I might try and read another chapter then and just upload it as a fiction reading or something, or like upload it on my other channel, like my second channel, you know. So where it's called Just Write, and it's where I'm gonna be doing all my writing and reading from now on. And when I say all, I mean I'm still gonna upload Fiction Fridays on this channel because that's something I really enjoy doing, and that's something I want to keep doing, especially if it's only like one chapter or something. But I'm gonna try and read one chapter at a time for now. And just so you know, the book is up to 134 chapters. I think it was at like 109 or something when I first started reading it, and now it's at 134. So if you guys want to go read it, then feel free. I'm going to continue reading it one chapter at a time on this channel. I might I might do more than one chapter. Like, we're just gonna go week by week, and I'm gonna see like if I want to do more chapters or not, because I know I did upload one with 2 chapters, and I think it would be fun to do like more than one chapter at a time. And I'm also gonna be uploading like different fictions and stuff, so I am gonna be doing that with Fiction Friday, and I'm actually gonna record another video I think today for Fiction Friday, and whether or not it's going up today is gonna be I'm going to decide whether I'm going to put it up or not today, or whether I'm just going to put up a chapter of A Guardian Angel. But this has been my video, and I love you guys. Please don't forget to always be yourself, and just know that you are valid no matter what. Anyway, I love you. Bye.